Why does the mind gotta be so mean? Like, damn. Like, don't we all want to win? It's like, you're my mind. Wouldn't you want us to win in any situation? Shouldn't the mind be something that is beneficial and helpful to propel, us forward in the direction that we want to go for the betterment of us and then eventually the betterment of everyone else? Like, why is it that the mind is really like a bad boyfriend, or like a really abusive friend, or just that really negative, nagging, person? I don't get it. It's like, no matter what, the mind will do whatever and anything to try and be right and to gain control. And that's some damn bullshit. I just really had a really tough situation right now that I had to experience in relationship to the mind being that bad friend. Like that really, really, really negative ass voice saying all kinds of bullshit and psyching me out, right? So it really is a skill to be able to step outside of that and really center yourself and get back to that place of quiet and inner, peace and calm. Because if you let your mind go and you let it run, there is no way that you can really ever, it is just that much harder to really get it to slow it back down and really calm itself down. I'm really understanding even more now just how important meditation is and how important it is to really take the time to quiet yourself and really be in that space of centeredness to move forward with your life. Life really does demand that you have faith in your well-being, because there are times and there will be times in your life where you are called to take a leap of faith. Despite whatever else that you can see around you, despite how you feel or see what the next step is going to be, despite whatever it is that you need to be rationally available for you to make a decision, sometimes there just has to be that moment of you really taking that leap of faith that will then obviously break you through to the next part of your life that is your growth moving forward. Personally, I'm at a place right now where I have to really take a leap of faith, and I don't know what's on the other side. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know how things are going to work themselves out, but I know that what it is that I'm doing is in alignment with my better purpose. It's in alignment with where I want to go moving forward, and I know that it is something that I need to do in order for me to get that growth and to propel myself in motion. And you would really think logically, you would think that your mind would want to support you, that you yourself would want to support yourself and really, be positive and cheer yourself on about, yes, we got to do this, we got to move forward, yes, this is exactly what we need to do. And in this situation, I realize that the mind does not care about anybody but itself. It does not care about you. It doesn't care about your mama. It doesn't care about your friend down the street. It only gives a damn about itself and it being right. And it's just really interesting because it's just a real enlightening situation, because it just lets me, it really had me to like really think about, what have I done in my life? Like, what chances have I missed? Like, what opportunities have I really, let go and fall to the wayside because I let my mind creep in and give its 2 cents about something that I initially may have followed my intuition about and really, listened to my inner voice about and the true guidance, but let my mind creep in and start chatting away and start listening to the logic that it's trying to, dish out. It's like, damn, the mind is so mean. It's so mean when it's not when the mind is not under control and not balanced and in harmony with everything else, it really is not your friend. And I'm really understanding that, because it lives in a box, so it's not connected to anything. It's just in its own little world, so it has to create this reality in order for it to justify its existence. As far as where the heart is within the body, it's within the present moment. It's grounded and it's connected. And in the now. So I'm just having a real learning lesson about the real and the fake, and just really seeing my world for what it is. It's like I'm having like a real breakdown of my reality. Like, my reality is being tested, and my faith is being tested for sure. It's really scary to take steps forward in a direction that you don't know how things are going to work out, and you can't see the answers in, and you don't know, how things are going to pan themselves out and where you're going to find yourself in the end of it. It's just really crazy just how mean we can be to ourselves sometimes. Like, if you really listen to what their mind says to you when you're in a place of uncertainty, or when you're going in a direction that, is new and uncharted, really listen to what's being said, because it's some real bullshit. Real bullshit. Which should be an indicator. Okay. So, I don't know, if it's like that really negative friend or sibling or just person in your life, right? And you're making a new decision and moving forward in a totally new direction that you've never done before. And it really is a good opportunity. And there's a lot of potential of where you can end up going through this opportunity. But at the other side, you have this person in your life that really doesn't want to see you succeed, because that means that you're moving on beyond them. That you are going in a place that they don't exist. So what do? They try to sabotage how you feel and bring in those and plant those seeds of doubt. So that way, regardless of it being good for you or not, it keeps their reality intact and keeps you a player in their reality. And I realize that's exactly what my mind has been doing to me. Life is about risks. Life is about taking chances and really giving yourself the opportunity to experience things that you've never had before, and to really have an opportunity to grow and expand beyond where you are right now is a true test of your faith in life and your support in the universe, and that you're loved and guided. And man, am I being tested. Meditation is such a good tool. Meditation is such a good thing to utilize in your life, because if you let it, the mind will drive you fucking crazy. There's no rationality there's no rationality when it comes to breaking down the world and the reality that the mind has created for itself. I think a good indicator that lets you know when you're on your path is when your mind starts freaking out and starts telling you all these crazy things and starts letting you feel insecure about your decision. Because it's again like that friend. What you're doing is good for you, but it's in danger of that person losing a part of their puzzle, right? You moving forward is expanding your reality, but it's making theirs smaller because you're not a cog in their machine anymore. So they're used to their reality. They're used to having you play your part. They're used to having you there to say your line when it's your turn, right? They're used to you being there. But when you remove yourself out of that, it creates a default or a glitch in their program, and that's very uncomfortable. Because when you become set in what you believe is your reality and get comfortable in a place with yourself where you really believe that this is all that there is, when something in your reality changes and you're not ready for it, it becomes very uncomfortable, because it's that moment of growth. It's that, it's that growth spurt, those growing pains. Because you've shifted your perception from one place to another. So you're still getting used to and adjusted to the new reality, the new vibration. So you can either take it and let that be something that becomes very uncomfortable and destructive to you, or just recognize it for what it is, as it's just a shift in reality. So when your mind really starts getting crazy and starts, getting off the rails and saying all kinds of mean things to you, and really starts, trying to plant those seeds of doubt inside of you, don't pay it any mind. Don't let it get you, because again, life really does ask of you to give it your trust and faith in knowing that everything is happening for you for a reason, and that the energy is moving with you, and that there are forces out there and aspects of this world that we don't understand and that we can't even really perceive. But that does not mean that they don't exist and they're not real. The mind doesn't understand everything and it can't perceive everything. It's just, again, it's in a box. It's disconnected from everything. Where you truly move forward in your life and where you truly make your decisions and know what's right is from your heart. And if you move from that place, that's sending out that vibration of love, which is all of us, which is the basis of everything. Despite, what we may see in the media, regardless of how we perceive the world outside of us, which may not really always be in alignment with that. But still, it is the core essence of who we all are. And when you let your mind overrun your intuition and really start giving you a reason to fear, that's just sending out that frequency out in the universe, which again is going to be coming back to you, because we are a transmitter. Everything is based off vibration. You know, us in this physical reality is just a denser frequency of vibration, which is why we can touch things and feel things and all the like, you know. And the highest vibration is love itself. But the mind is always trying to be in control. It's always trying to have a lead on the reality that it's created for itself at any cost. At any cost. And regardless of how we use our mental space and our capacity to you know, perceive this world that we live in, and to think our thoughts, and to really like understand certain things, it does get to a point where it loses its sense of logic and understanding, because it's, again, building off of fear and lower vibrational emotions, because they're more tangible. It's easier to control through fear than it is through love, because fear is a more visceral, a more like potent emotion, versus love is a higher frequency vibration. Love is the highest of frequencies, and it's closer to light. That's why, you know, the world that we live in is very basic in the sense of that it feeds off of our very our lower vibrational aspects of emotions: fear, sex, anger, and, you know, basically the 7 deadly sins. If you think about it, those primal instincts is basically what the mind runs off of, that reptilian brain. So that's its greatest tool, is using fear of all to try and control. And when you get into a space where you're really feeling fearful about a decision that you've made, that you know that within you is the right thing to do, really just take a step back and look at what's going on, and really, you know, take a breath and consider who's talking. And what is the point of what's being said? Is what's being said really for your greatest good, or is it just for a selfish interest of the mind trying to regain control of a situation that it can't fathom, that's beyond it? If your mind is trying to psych you out of a decision that you've made from a place of your heart and intuition, then that just goes to show that what you're doing is shattering the illusion that your mind has put itself in. That's a really good indicator that you're doing something good for yourself, that you're on a path that has not been done before, that you're moving in a direction that is beyond where your mind can conceptualize. So just really listen to your heart and really make decisions that, regardless of what the outcome is going to be, you know, take chances in life that really you can't guarantee how they're going to work out. But hey, life is about taking risks and jumping in and really just having an opportunity to have a little bit of adventure in your life, right? You know? I mean, the worst thing that could happen, I mean, things don't work out the way you planned, but shit. when does everything ever work out the way you planned it, right? Just don't let your mind, don't let it win like that, because the worst thing that could happen is that you don't take a chance and you don't take that opportunity that was really meant for you, that could have really changed your life in such a big way, because of the sake of fear and those lower emotions that really don't serve you at all. Just, if your heart is telling you that this is the right thing to do, and you've already gone over it with your intuition, and just really, know that this is the best thing for you, then do it. Just do it. Don't think about it, because your mind will just run you off the ledge for the sake of saying, "Ha ha, I told you so," Just shut it up. Take a moment to really center yourself and be quiet. And you'll really find the answer within. And it'll all make sense to you. Not from here, but from here.